Q for Pep Talk UK. I'm joined today at the Origin Gym Raynham with Harvey Horn and gentleman John Hedges. How are you both?
I'm good. What about my nickname? What's it?
PG.
No worries, that's what I see how it is.
No, come on, remind us all.
Horny Harvey Horn.
I wonder how he gets that nickname,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
By name, by nature?
Oh, fucking 100%. 100%.
John, how are you, mate?
Yeah, keep well, mate. Yeah, just ticking over, training hard. Just done an SNC with Sonny Cannon, with Harvey and that. And yeah, it's going well. Training's going good. Can't complain.
Yeah, no, I watched it and both look very fit. I know there's a bit of rivalry there. The speed of Horny Harvey Horn.
I ain't keeping up with him, mate, I'll tell you that.
Oh, well. No, do you know what it is? Some people, I've been trying to explain this to the camp, some people are just born athletes, you know, like they're just, everything they do they're good at, and I'm just one of them.
You're one of
Some
them
people weigh a big amount, some people weigh nothing.
Nah, I'll tell you what, for a big lump, we've got big lumps in the camp. We've got Johnny Fisher, Johnny Hedges, we've got Tommy Fletcher as well.
Yeah.
But we're all athletic, you know, like we move well and we're explosive, especially the bit, yeah, mate. And I'll tell you what, yeah, you can see it. You can see that the explosiveness, the power's there. And hopefully with me now, I feel like as I'm getting older, my explosiveness is getting better. So I think my man strength's coming. So I think we're all going to be dangerous. We're all going to be dangerous. Yeah.
Dangerous little fresh stable, isn't it? And obviously you've both had two big announcements, obviously with Eddie Hearn and Dazn. I saw that game change post on your Instagram, John, and then last week we had the Wosserman boxing officially signed with Wosserman. That's a big deal, Harvey. How did that come about?
So I was in talks with Wosserman before they had the merger with Sauerland a few months ago, but obviously where nothing was going on and Wosserman weren't a promotional company, it was very hard to get on shows. And with promoters only looking after their own fighters, obviously management didn't really help me, like it was very hard. So now they've signed with Sauerland, we've got the PR and the marketing, the management of Wosserman merged with the promotional skills and the promotional sort of base of the Sauerland. So now them two, it's going to be a big force, good link up, mate.
And what about your link up then, John? Dazn, Eddie Hearn, obviously we know you with S-Jam, but are you pleased with the move to Dazn, or are you a bit uncertain with the whole Sky move?
Obviously it's all new. Made me debut on Sky Sports, my second part on Sky Sports, but now it's like moving over to obviously like an American really station. I don't know too much about, but it's a lot bigger than Sky, I believe. It's more global, so it should in the long term it should pay off, and it should in effect like get us more known around the world on that. But I don't know.
That means American camps, doesn't it, mate?
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? That means American shows, means getting the British fighters on American shows, getting this global, and it should open us up. And if not, there's always other options, do you know what I mean? But definitely I think the zone's changing boxing.
It is, and obviously that game change card, we know Johnny's on the Fight Camp show. Were you gutted to miss out on that one, or are you looking forward to bigger shows?
Do you know what? Me and management was talking about them kind of shows and that, but I needed more time, and really with me, I'm in no rush. Johnny's about 3 years on me, so I've another 3 years on John just to take my time. I'm going to take my career slow, but just learn, mate, just get as much experience as possible, box every weekend if I could, to be honest with you, but it's what it is. Like, at the end of the day, as long as I get the right fights at the right time, I ain't going to complain.
Fantastic. And Harvey, it's been a long time since you fought, all about activity. Do you know when you're going to be out under Wosserman?
Yeah, I'm going to be out. I know I've got an unofficial date, but obviously I'll be out at the end, like the sort of last bit of summer, late August, very early September maybe, but I'm sure sort of late August time. That's when you see me out. I won't be defending my belt. Obviously I've been out in the ring for over 18 months now, so I'll be shaking out, hopefully get someone who's going to challenge me, but nice 6-8 rounds, get out there, dust the cobwebs off, smash a geezer's head in for 6 to 8 rounds, and then hopefully, seeing how I feel later on down the year, defend that title, because I'm a title fighter now. I should be fighting for titles, if not defending my own title consistently now. So we'll see what happens, but after this first fight I'm going to hit the ground running, hopefully put on a statement, you know, like I don't want to just go in and tap away, get the rounds. I want to go in there and tear the geezer's head off. So that's what I'm going to stick with. Go in there, make a statement, and then look to win more titles and defend my own.
At the end of last year, there was a bit of speak about a Tommy Frank fight.
Yeah,
and
it was done. It was a done deal. It was a done deal. The fight was a done deal. Obviously, without upsetting too many people, weren't on my side. The fight was done. It was originally for the British title because I believe Kyle Youssef pulled out of the British title fight with him. I stepped in as a late replacement. 3 weeks' notice for a 12-rounder. Took it, and then obviously there was a bit of in and ahhing on that side. So then they've turned around and said, "Oh, we'll make it for the IBF European." Still a 12-rounder, still would have been good experience. And I think they kind of shot themselves, well, to be fair, they ended up boxing that Mexican and beat him in the end. He's beaten twice now.
Yeah.
And I think fighting me, losing to me would have been better for him because he's sort of lost to a Mexican that hasn't really done too much. But you know what, no disrespect to Tommy, seems like a really nice geezer. But it would have been a nice win for me and a comfortable win, I'm sure, even though the records were sort of neck and neck. Would have looked good on paper for me, nice little bit of exposure, and then I would have hit the ground running, but again, not on my side. Boxing people know what happens, so it is what it is.
John, you said that you'd love to fight every weekend if you could. When are you next out, do you know, and how many times do you want to be out this year?
I'm next out, hopefully fight news this week. I know for certain, but I'm looking about the same time as Harvey, September time, early September. And I just want to, I could do with getting out twice this year. If I'm not loaded, time's on my side, do you know what I mean? I've had 2 fights, I've only just turned 19, so it wouldn't matter if I didn't have, if I went 6-7-0 by the age of 21, you wouldn't be in a bad place. So it don't matter how slow my career goes, as long as I take my time, take the right fights at the right time, in the gym every day, get good sparring, development as a fighter, and then by the time I'm old enough, I'll push on.
After your first fight, you received a bit of criticism. How good did it feel after that second fight to have a good, solid, established win and everyone could get behind you?
Yeah, I needed it. To be fair, it just shows you like when things are done right, that's what happens. When you don't take, I took that like, when you don't take late replacements, when you just go for what you want to do and what you're training for, you need things to be right on your debut, and it weren't for me, but it don't matter, I've learned from it, and I probably should have just opened my mouth and said like, leave where it's at, but I didn't, so went with it, got the win at the end of the day, pushed on, and then showed people a bit more what I'm about on my second fight. I probably could have got the stoppage, so
brilliant. Yeah. I'll ask you both one more question, it's the same question. How good is the other? John, how good's Harvey?
Harvey's red hot, mate. He knows it, yeah, in himself. He knows if he's back in the gym, and like he is now, and he's firing away as he is, he's a world champion in 4 or 5 fights, he can push on for that level. He's up there, do you know what I mean? You've seen who he spars, so speak to yourself.
Harvey, same question to you.
I want that as good back now. I want unified.
Yeah, do you know what? People forget. I mean, when you talk about Johnny's like first fight as well, he'll learn more than that. If people don't understand, I see you've got a lot of stick getting on. He'll learn more in that one fight than he will in his next 5, 6, 7 fights. And the thing is, you got out there unscathed. You got the win. You don't got the job done. And you forget he's 19. When he's turning 22, 23, 24, sparring the likes of the big lumps we've got here and going right, like doing what you're doing, all we know you're doing. Mate, the sky's the limit. It's got like, and we're winners. We're winners. We've got a winner mentality, and we're only looking. Yeah, we're only looking at world titles. And if he doesn't get a world title, we're disappointed. So it is what it is. We'll all be disappointed because we're winners. That's what it is. Without sounding a bit, sorry, it sounds really big-headed, but we are. We go to win. We get in there, and we know what we can do. So
stable speaks for itself.
Yeah, we're undefeated mentality.
Undefeated stable at the moment.
Yeah. It's not just it's not just the talent, it's the mindset. We're winners. We're winners. That's the only way I can sort of put it. Yeah, say it. But yeah.
Fantastic. Harvey, John, thanks for giving me 10 minutes of your time this afternoon. Is there anything else you want to add? Maybe thank a couple of the sponsors.
Neil, Lee, White Skips, always keep me in the gym, mate. Hope you're well.
John?
11 degrees. Ollie Harris. I always say Ollie, and the people always call Ollie, innit? Do you know what I mean? There's thousands. Oliver Harris, Foxy Builders, Jack Louis Barbers, Pro Star, the list goes on, but listen, they know who they are. Thank you, and you keep me in the gym, keep me training.
Cheers, gents. I'll speak to you soon.
Cheers.